So you want some more pedigree, I guess, for you want to start to win some money, to make some money. I can't provide that. I mean, all I can do is teach you maybe to become better and better. And if you check the quality and so on, what I showed you yesterday, you can. Well, I tried to care for. Plenty of things already, provided lots of information already in previous videos, so I have to refer to these. So in case you lacking some understanding, you miss some information, maybe you would find it there. Of course, it's not it's not like written in a book maybe where it's chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. It wouldn't work like this. You wouldn't I can't say this is lesson 5 now or lesson 6, and you have to understand the first, because I mean for this you needed some feedback anyway. I mean a real teacher, you would have his customers, his pupil around. So I mean just a quick glimpse up there. I mean all those cups. Usually one in chess, but some of them in backgammon. I mean, chess, I started off maybe in some sense in being professional chess player, but this was a very short period. You can't win any money, and I didn't become a grandmaster anyway. But some of them backgammon, this was what I tried later, a couple of years, and I was pretty okay at that time. But nowadays they are a lot better, all those people. They have all this understanding. Gained by computer analysis and so on. Anyway, we're doing all what we can do with the support of the computer, which I'm doing here as well with my software. Tuesday now, 26th of September, as you see here below my cups. Get back to them. No, it's quite a few, but anyway, I lost or gave up a couple of as well. But this is, what do you call it? Vanity is, it's anyone, it's vain, I guess. You're so vain. Gloria Gaynor. No, who was singing this? Anyway, you're so vain. Yeah, but now okay, I'm talking a bit rubbish, but get through this. And here we got the table of the second league, so some pedigree I was talking about, and get back to the older videos. What did I say? What you needed here, maybe, well, can't say that now. Maybe we find a place somewhere. It's just a table here. What does it mean? I mean, we have an approach maybe. I mean, it's just second Bundesliga now, and okay, but maybe you can still, you can work out a few things already. I mean, looking at this, but there are also some stats about it. But the results are not telling the whole story, right? But this is, the results go into the table. That's all. That's all. That counts in the end, and not given penalties. Here, I mean, look at the table. I mean, to me, it looks pretty nice, and I like looking at those tables. And I've done this since I was a little boy, and I was so fascinated by that, and looking at all those goal difference, how many goals did they score, and so on, and who can get where and with what kind of result, and so on. And of course, think about those teams as well. What would I have expected from them? I mean, this is a very important thing here, right? If you start to predict the second Bundesliga, what would you predict? The main thing you can predict, they are all the same. I mean, this is rather a conclusion. They are all the same. And where are the difference? Do we have any, or are they going to emerge somehow? Are they going to come up? We don't know, but anyway, they can still play at the same level. That's of course where we start the understanding of how these tables and things, how these things develop in general. You can, even if they are all playing at one level, you will still have a table with someone being high, someone being low, and this is by pure simulation. You make them all the same, you still get a table similar to this. But this is what they said. I'm not gonna talk about other people. I'm doing my own business here, and I do it the way I always done it. And okay, 5 minutes. I'm just checking. Okay, and think about and argue about it. So you know, if you would, they would all play at the same level. You have 1.0, all the same. I mean, no team is better, no one is worse. You start the simulation, you still get a table. This was what I was doing as a child already. And you still see, okay, this one team is just simply scoring more goals than the other one. It may be balanced somewhere later, but you will still have differences. The question is, are these differences the same to the table that you have here? And they are not quite, but you can have such a table, but this would be an exception. There are differences, so there are differences. But the question is, can you foresee them? This is a real already philosophical question in some sense, because you can foresee it will happen, but you can't tell which team is going to be where, right? So you can't predict Fortuna Düsseldorf to be better than the others, because but it happens. It happens while doing. They get there while doing what they do. So how does it go? It goes like this: they win a game, they gain confidence. So they are more confident, they play a team already under pressure, under loss, something arguing about the coach or whatever, and who's lineup and so on, and who's going to play, what kind of tactics are we going to use. So they are confident, the other team are low in confidence, possibly. And so they still do not play really better, but the confidence might give them this one goal, and so they win again. And like this, you can extend your streak. But you couldn't, so you gain confidence and you have to keep that going, right? That momentum. And this is how the table, but you couldn't tell this in advance. I mean, if there was a ranking, for example, which I was doing myself too, first of all, it's very close. So we have leagues, I mean, I was talking about this is Champions League millions, and you can talk about this stuff. I mean, you have this wide gap between the top teams and the lower teams. And now we can talk about tension in the leagues, and maybe in one league or in Germany, Bundesliga, you still have Dortmund and Bayern, but Dortmund are still too low. But you have Manchester City, you have Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, maybe Man United, of course, or Liverpool. Yeah, okay, so you get 6 teams there at least. And Leicester interrupted or intercepted or whatever happens with Claudio Ranieri, sacked the season, the next season, right? So this was silly. But anyway, it can happen, but it's actually 6 teams, so you got some tension. But still, they are too much better than the others. And this is killing the tension with Champions League millions and so on. But in the lower leagues, you have very, very tight contest, very tight competition. The players are all the same. Usually, you don't have any. There are maybe some budget differences, but what do you do with the budget? What do you do with the bigger budgets? You raise supporters, fans' expectations, and and thus they react more sensible when you lose a game, so the team gets under more pressure, so it doesn't really help. So you got a bigger budget, you buy some more expensive players, and they still don't perform any better. So what would you do? And this is the case so it's very close, but still there are, I make some differences. But what you can work out, for example, is teams after promotion, they usually do better, at least early on. I mean, here you could say, well, Duisburg not done so well, and Regensburg not done so well, but Kiel are up here. That's the end for you, right? Or Neuling, yeah. And while the relegated teams into this league are not doing so well, they have a problem to confirm they are any better. Especially those teams that claim they want to get back to the higher league, right? They are struggling usually. So they say, well, they raise fans' expectations, and they can't fulfill that because in this league it's still all the same level, and it's not a lot below the higher leagues level at the lower end, let's say, right? So they are surprised how good these teams play. So anyway, but first of all, I mean, no, we got a table, we can look at those things, right? But I could hardly say, you know, who did I set a bit above at average? This was average. Okay, Nürnberg a bit above, Darmstadt a bit above, Kiel of course a bit below, which was. But how, you know, how do they get there? This was below average, slightly above average. They had some expectations, also telling their fans they want to win promotion this year. They also, because they were third last year. So all those teams that ask for something, shooting the bull, right? That's what they say. They don't do so well, right? So are you right to set them above average? Maybe you're not, but. Also Bochum said, okay, possibly we want to. Well, the others, they don't expect a lot, so they are doing a lot better. But this is like our Bielefeld, Sandhausen maybe, right? Also Düsseldorf, no expectations, so fans are happy. Nürnberg also, they said it's not going to be our season. Okay, those two sacked their coach already. This third also sacked their coach, so this is the things going. Yeah, what happens here goal-wise? I mean, I'm gonna keep it short. Okay, I wanted to get into some more detail, so that's where I got lost here somehow. But so we have too few home wins, actually as many as away wins. You see, also home is not such a big advantage here. Really, it's not even been an advantage which this figure tells here. But usually it comes up out like that. But it was just some bad luck for the home teams. But here you see no draws actually, which was far below expected. So the figures are no good here, but this means they are just playing wild, right? But I'm showing you this. I didn't know what I was expecting here. I'm just showing you this. Anyway, this is my predictions, right? How many home wins did I expect, and draws and away wins and so on. And the market may have been different. But just to have a quick look at some of those tables, maybe you've seen one already, but this for me is the most precious and the most valuable one. And if you see here, the standard deviation, I mean, you had to compare it to other leagues, but if you see this one here, it's a very low figure. So this means if it's low, it means they all play the same. This is actually the case. They all play the same. This is proven here. And this figure is very low, while this one is pretty big. This means they did not play any differently, so they all played the same, but still there were some wild results, which really happened. There was 5-0 yesterday, Union. They didn't play a lot better by stats, and so, but still it happened that they won by. I can't show you any more columns, obviously here, although they should be there. This is for the zoom here. Anyway, the next figure, can I zoom out? Yeah, sure I can. So I didn't copy the full, that's the reason. Okay, so this was an error anyway. As you see here, this was, yeah. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I made the wrong order. I sorted that the wrong way around. The worst team is on top, but worst minus 3.36. This is not a lot, right? And this is not a lot. Ingolstadt still played the best, but they are somewhere down there. So you see, everything is upside down. Like my sorting order, I made a mistake here, right? But here's the new system I introduced. So I compare my figures with my own figures. So I got two systems working out figures, and I compare them, and only a bet would ever be if both systems agree on something. There is something standing out, something where market might get sidetracked, right? Sidetracked, confused, whatever that is. Here you can see that the totals I expected in this system here, in this new system, it's based on the stats, while this one is just based on the. This is the one above here. Those figures are just based on results, but because they all still say that's all that counts, and in some sense this is right too. What do do with the many chances when they are not taken. Anyway, the totals expected 182.63 and total shoot. So there had not been these many more chances for goals, but still the goals had been coming. So this is also going well. 27 goals or 26 goals too many, that just the balls were flying in. I don't know why, and there's no real reason for that. You can see this this line here. This is the totals. This one home plus away scored. So this one's going up, right? While the others are largely on the same level, staying on that league average of 2.5 goals somewhere. But there's a small rise. This is also due to my adjustments, of course. My adjustments are, yeah, if there are goals coming, still something has to be adjusted, right? And here's the away teams simply went wild, right? So they simply found the net. They scored more than the home teams, which is a rare case, right? So, but still, I mean, this is somehow wild, this whole league here. Here we should see, this is my bet record, which is simply miserable. I mean, yeah, so you see the proof with this. I can't do a lot, right? This is simply going wrong. Like my cursor here and stuff. The quality, no good quality. And I'm just even, you know, I can't. But it's just going wrong here. It's just going wrong. This league, I mean, it's one of my favorite leagues, my most beloved. I don't know, but it's not going well. Okay, so you see that, and you see the proof. I mean, you can't do a lot. You start to lose. But there are other leagues, so maybe they are covering up for that. Anyway, here is the real ranking, and as you see, Ingolstadt still played the best, but this quotient is not a big one, so they are just a bit better than average. And okay, they are still 16th in the table, so maybe this is all wrong here. But they are adjusted, updated every day. So Union won 5-0 yesterday, so they are still up there, and that's how they started actually, and not far away from this, but they went up and down. And Ingolstadt, they are not playing so badly. Nuremberg, okay. Kiel also, okay. This is rather the top. Bochum played better than where they are. They are better ranked here than in the table, right? Braunschweig also, but not really convincing. Sandhausen, they really did well, and they won the games, and they played well. So this is why they moved up here. Darmstadt mainly getting the results, not playing so well. Regensburg playing okay, not quite getting the results. But here you see the big surprise. Düsseldorf, they are just average. So that was one, you know, one off. Simply one again. Here you see Dresden still bottom, although Kaiserslautern, you know, you should not have Dresden here. I mean, somehow this is, yeah, but yeah, it's here you have the luck ratio, for example. This is also what I look at. Kaiserslautern had been most unlucky. Negative is of course unlucky. Sandhausen have been lucky, but also Düsseldorf, of course, and Nuremberg. You know, they are winning their games while they are not. While Fürth, for example, they are just unlucky. I mean, they are 17th in the table, and they shouldn't be there, but it's just what happens. I mean, I'm just giving you a little bit. Here you have the home and away ranking, which I really, yeah, I need that. I use it. And where you see how they are. And this is not just a matter of results, but how they played. This is the most important thing to me, right? You pause the video, copy it here. Maybe you find some good bets, right? This is also here. But I'm just showing you this, and this should be enough for today. Some pedigree, as I said, 90 minutes. Again, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you drop by here or there. Leave a comment, leave a like, whatever. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.